Hello once again, this is Pastor Fred. I still come to you doing the review of my book, 21 Principles of Leadership Succession. We've been running quite a number of principles. From principle number 1, we are now at number 5. And I believe that as we continue moving, dissecting every principle, we shall be able to understand the best way on how we can affect leadership transition, which will help our organizations to grow and allow other leaders who are emerging to come in and step in powerfully with purpose and vision to fulfill the goals of our organizations. Today, I am going to handle principle number 5, which says that we must prioritize the organizational health. Healthier culture makes succession very easy. And in order for us to have a proper, a transition of leadership, then we must have a proper and a healthy culture. So we must prioritize organizational culture. How can we do that? I want to highlight 5 ways on how we can easily do that. And as you continue to read this book, you will be able to get much deeper into details of the book on how to prioritize the organizational health. Number 1, we must foster a culture of trust and transparency. In any leadership transition, there must be a culture of trust and transparency. What does it mean? We must be transparent enough and create a trust that is visible to the people who are leading, so that we can be able to understand and the people can be able to understand exactly the process in a very transparent manner. This will help us to grow our people and build the trust within the process of transition. Number 2, we must clarify the mission, vision, and values. Any organization or church has a mission, has a vision, and also has values. As we prioritize the health of the organization, these 3 core things must be very clear. The mission, why are we existing, and what's our mission of being here? 2, the vision, what is our vision? We must clarify the mission and the vision. And number 3, the values. What are the values that our organization or our church is built on? Because any organization is built on certain values. We must clarify and put them in clear, understandable way, so that our people can be able to understand thoroughly and precisely as we plan for a proper leadership transition or succession transition. And then number 3, we must strengthen leadership team and shared responsibility. We must strengthen leadership teams and shared responsibility. We need to understand that in order for us to move and succeed in our organizations, responsibility might be equally shared among the leadership teams. So we must strengthen those teams and provide that shared responsibility among the team leaders. And this will help us as we plan for transition of leadership. People will be able to understand the best way on how to share the responsibility and be part of what is happening within that particular organization. And number 4, we must address conflict and dysfunction early. It is an open secret that in any organization there is conflicts and there's some kind of dysfunctions. And if these things are there, we must address them as early as possible. The problem we wait until the last minute is when we begin to address the conflict and dysfunction of the on the dysfunction of any organization. So we must address these things very early enough, so that as we move towards the transition of leadership, then it is squarely and purposely been addressed, and conflicts have been avoided, and dysfunction is completely addressed in that particular manner. And number 5, we must learn the legacy, to celebrate legacy and let go gracefully. We must celebrate legacy and let go gracefully. Why should we celebrate legacy and why should we let go gracefully? Because people have attachment to issues. Leaders have attachment to the people are leading. Leaders have attachment to the things that have been, and the functions and the process that have been working on. And as we approach the transition of leadership, we must be able to celebrate legacy. Build a pipeline where the legacy can be celebrated, and also we must be able to allow the process and let it go gracefully, so that we do not in any way impede the process of leadership succession transition in this case. So as we move forward through these pages, you shall be able to understand and dig deeper into this area that any leadership transition, succession transition, must assess organizational health, and that will help us to move consistently towards realizing that particular succession plan. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Until next time, bye-bye and shalom.